Hi everyone, welcome to Dojima Networks. Today I will be making a video that is a part of multi series video where I will be showing you how you can use Dojima chain, that is a omni-chain platform, to connect to any L1 to any of the rollup stack. So this is one of the offering provided by the Dojima chain. It's omni-chain layer. So we can connect basically any L1 chain to any rollup stack. But for purpose of this specific video, I will be showing you how to connect L1 Ethereum L1 to rollup stack, that is Arbitrum stack, through Dojima chain. So let's get into it. To complete this transaction, I have already started few things. That one of thing is Nitro test node. I'm mostly running everything locally just for the purpose of this specific video. So this is Nitro test node that I'm running. I'm also running Ethereum node and Docker and this sequencer, Nitro sequencer. Apart from that, I'm also running Dojima chain locally. This is that, and Hermes bridge that connects all the L1s to the Dojima chain. To do the transaction, I have deployed a few of the contracts already to both to Dojima chain and onto the Ethereum side. So these are the two contracts. One of them is cross-chain ERC20 token that is on Ethereum chain, and one of them is wrapped cross ERC20 token that is on Dojima chain. So basically, these are acting like this will be act like a main token, and this will be acting like a wrapped version of this token that is on Ethereum chain. I have taken the liberty to deploy the contract myself already. So these are the addresses for those two contracts. Let's go ahead and import them in MetaMask to show that how much balances we have and how much where we're transferring the funds. So I have connected to chains already. So this is connected to Ethereum chain, and I would import this contract. So yeah, we got this X token. We already have minted this 10 million something tokens, and similarly onto the Dojima chain side that I am connected through here. Look at this side. Yeah, this is correct. So let's go ahead and import our token on this side. So this is wrap token, and we don't have any funds in this chain, in this address. So to transfer the funds, we will be calling first. We will be bringing the funds from Ethereum to Dojima chain. That is the first step to bring any asset from L1 to Dojima chain. So we have a special interface here that if you import it, you can communicate with Dojima chain directly through this set of contracts and through Hermes bridge. I will be showing you that. So we have this inbound state sender. If you look at here, in deposit function, I imported that function. I have called that contract and its function transfer payload. So what will this will allow us to do is call the destination contract onto the Dojima chain side. So we have this inbound state sender. Through this transfer payload, we will be able to send the data to our Dojima chain side and do custom implementation of things that we want to do. Suppose minting token or minting NFTs. There are countless possibilities. So let's start from here. We have this script already prepared, which allow us to transfer 1,000 tokens from L1 chain to Dojima chain. So we have initiated deposit onto the from the Ethereum side. So now what will happen is this message will be read by Hermes. If you look at this side, we will be receiving a message pretty soon here. Yeah, we have received this message Ethereum to Hermes side, and as I mentioned, the Hermes is acting like a bridge. So it will read for all the things from Ethereum side, and it will post everything onto the Dojima chain. So Dojima chain is itself a EVM chain that is basically is used by Hermes to commit all of the states that has been fetched through in I would say around 60 to 64 blocks. It fetches all the states and commits all that changes into the Dojima chain side. So we will have to wait around 60 to 64 blocks in order to get the transaction. Yeah, but this is fully customizable. You can run it to around 16 to 17 and whatever you want. But for security purposes, we have made it to 64 blocks. So let's see, once we get the transaction on this side, pretty soon we will be seeing the funds from this address onto the Doge side. So we have transferred the funds from this same address from here. See, the token got deducted, 1000 token, and we will be receiving the funds on same address onto the Dojima chain side. Let's wait for it. So as you can see, the state got committed onto the Dojima chain side, and now let's see if we receive the funds or not. Yeah. So we have received this 1000 wrap token on Dojima chain side from Ethereum. Now, if you want to transfer these funds to Arbitrum chain, that as I said, that I'm already running in this Docker here. You can see you can run this from the off-chain repository test node, Nitro test node repository provided by the off-chain labs. So to run this, we will get to this repository, that is Arbitrum tutorial, that is provided by the off-chain labs again to transfer funds from any chain to their Arbitrum stack and back from the Arbitrum stack to any chain. So let's see here. So what we will be doing is we will be taking our wrap accidentally contract that we had deployed already on this address, and we will be transferring. We will be bridging funds from this contract to the Arbitrum stack. Let me run this command. So as we can see here, this is approving this. So what basically allowing us is that it's saying it is taking this ERC20 bridger that was deployed when we started the this Nitro nodes. So if you look at this set of contracts, this act as a token bridge. So what they will be doing is they will be taking our contract, and we are allowing we're approving that you can the bridge can spend funds on our behalf, and it will take those funds and it will mint similar token onto the Arbitrum side. How it will do is like it will deploy first. If we are sending a transaction for the first time, it will deploy a corresponding contract that we provided onto the Arbitrum side, and it will mint those token onto the Arbitrum stack. If you look at here, it is saying that it will take around 10 to 15 minutes, but it doesn't take since we are running in dev node. So we have received this L2 token address that is deployed onto the Arbitrum. So let's go ahead and import it. So I'm already connected to this Arbitrum chain, and let me remove this old addresses and import on the same address we are importing. So if you look at this, yeah, we have received those 20 tokens from the Dojima chain. For the first time, it will deploy the contract. But if I do it the transaction again, same transaction, let's me increase the amount as well to some 60. So if I'm doing the transaction again, instead of deploying another contract, it will use the existing one and it will bridge funds to that address. It should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes to transfer the funds. See what's happening onto the Dojima chain side. So Dojima chain side, we have deducted more tokens, around 60 more. Let's see if we have received on. We have not received it yet because it's still executing the transaction. So yeah, the transaction got executed. There was some exception on the wallet side. We can ignore that for now. Let's see if we received the funds. Yeah, so we have received the funds onto the Arbitrum side from Dojima chain. Now, next step would be to withdraw these tokens back to Dojima chain from Arbitrum side. So we have another script here that is called token withdraw. Inside token withdraw, we have same contract. So let's take this again the same address of this wrapped contract. Now what will be happening is we will be withdrawing the funds from Arbitrum back to Dojima chain onto the same address. So let's go ahead and clear this and do the transaction. So what it did was it started the withdraw process, and if you look at this side, a fund got withdrawn 20 VAC token. What it does is it initiates a transaction onto an outbox contract. So outbox contract was deployed when we were initializing the Nitro test node. So that outbox contract handles all the transaction that needs to go outside from the Arbitrum stack. So all the transaction that will be going outside of the Arbitrum stack will go through the outbox contract. So if you look at here, this script has created an event onto the outbox contract. So to execute that, we will take this transaction. We will go to this outbox execute script and run this transaction hash. So what it will do is it will wait for that event to be created onto the outbox entry, and once that event is created, it will execute that transaction onto the L1 side. So it's waiting for that outbox entry to be created. Generally, it takes around 1 week, but since we're running everything in DevNet, it won't take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Since we're withdrawing this to local Doge, if see we have 920 here, it should become 940. We will receive back those funds. So it saw the transaction that was created and it will execute the transaction. So let's see if we have received the funds back or not. So we have received back those wrap token on Dojima chain from the Arbitrum stack. Now, if we want to exit to any of the chain from Dojima chain, that is also possible. But first, this video specifically, we decided to go with Ethereum just to show everyone how it works. So let's go ahead and exit from Dojima chain back to L1 chain. So we saw that the wrap token came to this contract onto the Dojima chain side. So if we want to exit back from Dojima chain, there is another special interface that can be used to do that transfer. So we have this inbound state sender interface. What it does is it allows you to do the same thing that we had done from the Ethereum side. Basically, send the data or payload from Dojima chain back to the Ethereum chain through Hermes bridge. So we use this transfer payload and we give the gas fee. Gas fee is used to pay the fees from Dojima Hermes to L1 chain side. It will convert that fees into the respective L1 chain. We are telling that we have to send to which chain, which contract address and refund address and the user end amount. So let's see. We have this withdraw script. So we already have the contract addresses. Let me verify it. Yeah, we have correct contract addresses. So what will be happening is we will be calling this transfer to chain on method onto the wrapped contract. But before we can call this, we have to register a few things that I have already done beforehand. But if you want to register, you can use our Explorer to register to get the chain and how much fees it should be paying in order to allow Hermes to send the transaction to L1 chain. For right now, I'm paying 10 Doge. That will be paid from this accounts. I have around this. If you look at here, I have around this much Doge, and we will be sending from this one. So let's go ahead and execute the transaction. We will see that we will get the funds back on Ethereum side. Right now we have this much, and we should be gapping around. I will be sending around 40. So let's see. So we have executed the exit transaction onto the L1 chain side from Dojima chain. So let's see. The Hermes will be reading in some time that message that it wants to withdraw those funds. We have received the message onto the Hermes side that it wants to withdraw the funds. So Narda, that is a Hermes chain client. It acts like a global client that connects Hermes to all of the chains. We'll be sending the transaction back to the L1 chain. So we have deducted those 40 tokens from here and we have received that 40 token back to the Ethereum chain side onto the same address. So that's how you can do the transferring of tokens from L1 to Dojima chain to Arbitrum stack and Arbitrum stack to Dojima chain and Dojima chain to exit to any of the L1s.